Hello, guys and gals. This is Loki Kane. I am the CEO of the Corporation of Content Creating Capsuleers. It's and I'm also representative of Broadcastix Gaming. So what we have here today is the user interface kind of introduction, just the basic overview, fleet setup in DScan, how to kind of use it, not really going too in depth into it, and also like just basics for what you need to join in a fleet and move around in Eve and be safe ish. You're never really safe. It's the horrible thing, the horrible truth. So, as you can see, you have your overview. You can manipulate it by sliding, just grabbing that, uh, doing things like moving these over, making them bigger, smaller, depending on your need. So if you want it to be more accurate or less accurate, you can increase or decrease that as needed. As you'll notice, it has the module stuff being used against you, like eWar in this case. And yeah, so that's what it's good for. It shows you a lot of information. So like here's Celestials. I have priorities, which are good warp points for when in fleets. Friendlies if you have allies near you, and these are enemy ships, just drones, travel locations. And then obvious loot and NPCs, which I'm fighting as I do this. So, how you get your overview set up to at least acceptable level is overview packs. I made one for my corporation with these color schemes, and it's all sorted according to the like basics on Eve University's overview guide. Took a long time. It's a pain in the butt. But it's very easy. I did all the work. So all you have to do is go to my blog, which is going to be in the corporate bulletins or posted under this video. A link to it. It's going to have some corporate updates on it and some tools I use or have made. And all you have to do is go to import, click the overview, check all, and import it, and you're basically set to go. You just need to follow the steps to get the file in the correct folder, and you're good. So yeah, that's the overview. That's how to get it set up. And here are some other important things. Move entries to broadcast, or like with broadcast to the top. That is very important, this little thing. You want to make sure that box is clicked. And then you're set with the overview settings for the most part. So what I'm going to do right now is set this up for the fleet. So what we have here is me switching the loot over to mining. I just have a mining tab in there. It's already preset. I've made it for everyone already. Just got to change it by right-clicking the thing, the little tab, and switching it. And so, what you're going to need to do is form a fleet with yourself. Make sure your history box is open in broadcast history, because fleet commanders will broadcast like their targets. So this will be broadcast. It'll come up here, and then like on the overview, this will be the closest, even though it's sorted by distance, because it of that overview setting where I had it sorted to the top, it shows up at the top. So that is what a broadcast is. It's somebody in your fleet giving information, a designated person or individual, and it's made so that everyone can focus on the same targets and the same actions at the same time, being efficient and causing the most damage. It also includes down here some important stuff like you need armor, you need shields, or you need capacitor. That's very handy for logistics, and you want to stay alive and in combat. So be aware of those. There's some other things, but they're more for scouts and like the fleet commander themselves. You won't really need to deal with that. And that's the fleet. How you close that is you can just right click it as most things, or your name, go fleet, and leave fleet, confirm, and you're out of your fleet. Okay, so now that I've done the overview and the fleet setup, you might, oh yeah, just to mention, you might want to have your history listed out here at the top. You can just click on it. it's a matter of preference. I like it all over here because it's easier to maneuver if I'm just in the same area, clicking between like this, and I usually just don't go over to the left side much because I don't need to. So here we go. So at the D-scan, you'll notice I have it on a D-scan overview setting that I've already made, which I believe is just ships, a few, so less like mobile objects, probes, and control towers. So it's ships, probes, control towers, basically, and bombs. So you can tell when someone's doing stuff that's dangerous in your direction. There's a starbase, or someone's camped, or if there's someone there, just their stuff. Another thing you also might want to click on is drones. As you can see, there's tons of salvage drones out. And with drones, you're able to tell if there's no ship on D-scan in the vicinity, sort of if there's someone who abandoned a spot, died, or like logged off and got DC'd and left their drones in space. So you can go loot them. It's very nice. So why is the D-scan important? The D-scan is important in low sec, null sec, and wormhole space because information is your best friend. You want to know about the enemy coming towards you before they do, hopefully, but it's not likely. They do know you're there, and they will get the jump on you if you're not aware of them. So this is why it's important. So how it works is, it starts off at 360 degrees sphere around you of scanning. You can change the distance. So what you do is like 14.3 AU is the max, but you can type in, let's say, like 12. So if I'm in Celestials, I'm going to change this back to loot. So if I go to Celestials, you'll see there's a bunch of stuff at a like certain distance. So like that's all too far to D-scan, so you don't need to pay attention to that. But there's this small section of stuff at 0.2 AU away from me. So what I know is the max is 0.2 AU. So nothing on D-scan anywhere near me. So all these places, assuming I'm out of, yeah, I'm back in D-scan setting. Yeah, there are no ships in any of these moons. These asteroid belts are empty. So that's cool. However, if I were to warp to somewhere else and someone popped up on my D-scan, I would know that they are either moving across my location or moving towards me, depending on how fast they pop down through here. So like if I was at 14 to 5 or so, then that would mean they were coming pretty much at me. I would probably go from 14 to 1. So like there's a retriever who popped up on range, which means he's somewhere within 14 AU or any of these places here, which has increased a lot by me going to that belt. So to make D-scanning easy, you have a hotkey for it. It's default V, like V on your keyboard, like victory, and you just point in the direction of your screen, and if you lower the angle, you can tell what stuff is at what celestial. So this guy is probably at this asteroid belt, just based on the, well, sorry, one of these two. Hold up. It's 0.1 AU and 0.16 AU. So to tell, I would do 0.1. Nothing came up, so it's probably the other belt. Yeah, he is right over there at the other belt that I did not click on. Anyway, so he's not going to be here. He'll be at the one that's probably closest to me, which is this one. And I knew that because I went to the 0.2 and he popped up at 0.2, but not at 0.1. So I jumped the gun on the actual jumping, I guess. Warping. And yeah. Oh, someone's drones are here. Go figure. It's not surprising. Anyway, it's kind of how that works. You shrink the direction, you just have to point, click, and you're there. So an easy way to do this, so here's that retriever. So an easy way to do this is to go on your overview map. You can see your D-scan. It's that blue, very vibrant blue, like light shining off the like face of it. As you switch your screen, you'll notice it turns. It used to be the ship, as I said before, probably, because that's absolutely crazy to me how easy they made this, because it used to be a pain in the butt, because you used to have to align to all these different celestials, which is why this tab was so useful back in the day. It's still useful because you can tell distance of things and change your distance and manipulate that easier based on that. So now all you have to do is, if you remember I said the descanning shortcode was V, and you just point, click, descan, descan, and zoom out and descan. Assuming I don't click the random thing. So that's how that works and why it's important and sort of how to use it. I hope that's at least informative and you kind of have a better grasp on it. I'm going to freak this guy out, start orbiting him at like 500 just for fun, and I hope you guys have a good time in EVE. And if you get claustrophobic from all of the screens like I have, Control F9 is your default setting for a beautiful, relaxing time. Stay dangerous. Take care.